Hello, my name is Kevin. I grew up in Philadelphia, but currently living in the Bronx. When I was younger, I struggled with what is known as middle child syndrome. My older brother, younger sister, and I always felt overlooked. What made things a little more difficult for me is that my older brother picked on me. And not to villainize him, but he really I felt torture growing up. So throughout my entire childhood into becoming an adolescent teenager, I didn't want to stay in that situation, and I would look to my mom like, Mom, why aren't you stopping this? I never verbally said it, but I'm thinking to myself, why don't you stop the torture? Why don't you stop him picking on me? So I decided that it might be a good idea for me to just move out of the house at 16. I was really heavy into church. I was preaching, I was singing, I was miming, doing a lot of things in church. So I moved in with the pastor of the church. He had a house full of young people who were going through truancy issues, so I just decided to stay at his place. Because I wouldn't go home, my mom and my little sister would come and visit me. And after a while, it came out that my pastor at the time has been sleeping with my little sister, who was only 15 at the time. I felt hurt, I felt betrayed, and did a lot of rebelling from both now the family and the church. Fast forward to being 18, 19, I'm discovering my sexuality, I'm discovering what sex really is, and I'm introduced to these guys who turn cameras on when they have sex, and I became Venom. And where earlier in my life I felt that I was invisible, or no one see me, or no one liked or loved me, now if people from all over the world calling my name and singing my praises and loving me, or what I felt was love, that superficial love. I'll be honest, it did kind of go to my head, because I just felt I can do no wrong. I can get what I wanted and nothing would ever happen. One day, a friend of mine asked me, just go with him to the clinic so he can get tested. And I'm that supportive friend, so I go and I get tested as well. And I waited in the waiting room for him to call my ticket number, and I waited, and he got called and he was out. Other people came in after me, they were called and they were out. But I'm still sitting here waiting for them to call my ticket number. And eventually they got around to my ticket number, and the lady sat me down. She said, do you have any reason to believe that you might be HIV positive? I knew my behaviors, so I wasn't going to act like I was in denial, or like I didn't know, or oblivious to what she was saying. But she was cold. She was so detached. She offered no solution, no help. She mentioned I have to do the confirmatory test and this, and talk to this case manager, but the world around me went silent. I didn't want to see anyone laughing or smiling or happy. I didn't want to continue with life. I no longer felt the need or saw the purpose in striving for any of my goals, my hopes, my dreams, because as far as I knew, my life was over. I struggled for years to be able to say the words, I'm HIV positive. And I struggled with that within myself. So I definitely wasn't going to tell it to anyone else. I did eventually tell my mom, and we did a documentary later on in life called The Way to Kevin, where we talked about the preaching, we talked about the porn, and in the very last moment, I said, I'm HIV positive. And that moment, there was a release in my life. That moment gave me some type of liberty, and it gave me a grasp of who Kevin really was. Forget about the minister, forget about the porn star. This is Kevin. I'm HIV positive, and now I'm empowered. And through that, I'm able to speak to other people and empower other people. I want people to know that I'm a voice, and if you can't get up and speak, you can be anonymous without being invisible, because I'll be that voice.